Mr. Renteria.
Thank you, Mayor. And unfortunately, I'm going to be the one that doesn't get the hand claps and the woohoos. On Tuesday at the work session, when this was first announced, I indicated that there had not been 5 months was not enough time for businesses to have the kind of input that they needed. Although I've heard tonight that the stakeholders groups were viewed differently by some than the ones that the small business owners that are in my district that I talk to. And I realized that I would not, if I made a motion to postpone, it wouldn't pass. So what I have to say are several things here. I'm so sorry that this has turned into an us versus them scenario, because all of us support women and children and men and everybody that needs sick time off and paid sick time as well. So it's unfortunate that it's become that. I've got an email here from one of my small employees, and I'm just going to read a couple of things that we always talk about the Seattle ordinance, and she says Seattle is not an apples-to-apples comparison. The Seattle ordinance separates, of course, we've now changed that, but I'll get to that in a minute, businesses based on sizes. In Seattle, you have to work for 90 days before being able to be paid for sick leave. So in Austin, you get, the minute you sign on, you're eligible for sick leave.
Come on.
What I'm trying to say is that as we were crafting this compromise, and I appreciate Councilmember Flanagan's efforts and the other members on the dais to come up with a compromise ordinance, but that ordinance was posted today, this afternoon, which gave the business community no opportunity at all. And so that's where we are now. 5 months ago, we had an ordinance posted in January or early February, not enough time to have input. This one was crafted by council members with very little, and advocates, of course, with very little opportunity for the business community to give any kind of input. So I'm for collaboration and to craft a policy that will work for all and to try to determine what the unintended consequences might be. I've lived in this city long enough to see what happens when you don't take into consideration the unintended consequences, and people and small communities, especially minority communities, are hurt. I want to talk just a minute about the disconnect between our stated community values that support and encourage small local businesses and this ordinance. I'm not talking about the Dales, and I'm not talking about Applied Materials and Samsung. I'm talking about Roland's Soul Food Kitchen on Chestnut and Country Boys on 12th Street. These are small minority businesses. And we say Austin is a business climate, but yet those people, those businesses, you say they won't be put out of business, but you don't know that. And if that's not true what your assertions are, what do we say to the business owners and the people they hire? Oops, we made a mistake. We haven't had an opportunity to vet this in a way that we don't see what the unintended consequences could do for those small businesses. And I'm talking about minority business. Yeah, Applied Materials may be able to make this work. But Country Boys, I'm not sure. Roland's, I'm not sure. Sam's, I'm not sure. So you say that with such certainty. I don't know how anybody can say that for all businesses, all 33,000 businesses, that this is not going to have some negative impacts and some intended consequences. I'm appreciative that you all have switched from the one-size-fits-all to having a range of businesses that this will impact. But these are difficult conversations, and I hear your passion. And I wish there was another way to get this done except saying, let's do it tonight, we have to do it tonight, and the businesses who they're supporting you. I know some people have disparaged them, But most business owners want to keep good staff, and they want to do what's best for staff. But to have this like a sledgehammer put on them, I'm not going to be able to support it.